everyone. I am Mrs. Rushali Chaudhary, lecturer Praveen Patil, College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. We are going to learn basic science chemistry for semester 1. All branches we are going to learn basic science. Our topic is varnish. In the third chapter, we already done with the paint topic. Paint and varnish both are belonging as a protective layer on the metal as well as the wall surface. Paint gives the different colors and the shades, but the varnish is giving the transparent.
Varnish is a transparent, hard, protective finish or the film using primary in a wood finishing but also in other materials also. It is a combination of drying oil, resin and a thinner or a solvent. It is made up of the resin. What is the resin? A plastic like material, water resistance material, and that dissolve in the different solvent. So when we are applying the varnish, plastic like transparent shining glossy layer will be observed on the material and the thinner get evaporated. Varnish finishes are already usually glossy. It is transparent, no color. It as we are not added any pigment. It is applied over the wooden substances as achieving the final presentation. It is giving you a gloss as well as the protection. It is just like a plastic coating on the wooden surface. As it is acting as a plastic coating, it is a water resistant. So water will not contact with the wooden material and protection is achieved. What is the properties of the good varnish? It should not hide the natural grains of the surface. Did you observe wooden furniture at home? When we are giving the varnish finish, we are able to see inner structure from them. It is a transparent one. It should not shrink or show cracks after drying. What will happen if it is shrinks or it form cracks? Water or the external moisture will contact with a wooden surface and it wouldn't get degraded. It should form a glossy layer on the surface. Shining look should be given by the wooden furniture by varnish. It should dry rapidly. It should impart the finished surface uniform color and pleasing appearance. Functions of a varnish. It gives a shiny surface to the painted surface. It protects the surface against the adverse atmospheric conditions like the moisture, fungus attacks, microbial attack. It increases the durability of paint film. It beautifies the surface without hiding the natural grains of the wood. Varnish is giving you important part in a finishing wooden surfaces of door, woods, floors, furniture. If we give oil paint on a wooden surface, we are not able to see what is the natural color and designs of the wooden surface. But when we are giving the varnish, applying the varnish on a wooden surface, we will see that the natural designs on a wooden surface. How the varnish is made up of? The main components of varnish are drying oil. There are many types of drying oil, including linseed oil, tung oil, walnut oil. They contain high level of polysaturated fatty acid. Why oil is important? Because they are the water resistance and they are forming a sticky layer on the surface of wooden. Resin. Resin are used in the varnish include umber, dammer, copal. rosin, balsam and others. Turpentine and solvent. Naturally organic turpentine are used as a thinner or solvent. When it is replaced with several turpentine or as a white spirit called as a paint thinner. The main function of a drying oil to form a layer on the surface of a resin. Solvents are used to form a good spreading. It is get evaporated easily. Drying oil. The main film forming constituent of a paint. These are glyceryl esters of high molecular weight fatty acids present in animal and vegetable oils. They are used as linseed oil, soybean oil and castor oil. What is the function of a drying oil? They are the main film forming constituent. What is meaning of the film forming? They are going to stick on the surface of wooden surface. They are the tough. They are going to stick on the surface of wooden surface. That property is called as a adhesive, durable, waterproof. Thinners. Thinners are added to reduce the viscosity of a paint to suitable consistency so that it can be easily handled and applied. We are going to dissolve vehicle drying oils, resin in a thinner, and we are applied on a metal surface as well as the wooden surface. The main property of the thinner is they are easily evaporating substance. So when we are spreading on a wooden surface, thinner get evaporated easily and there is a fatty acid and resin layer form on the surface. Thinner helps for drying the painting film as they evaporate easily. Common thinners are turpentine, benzene, naphthalene, kerosene. They are having very low boiling point. So even at a room temperature they get evaporated by forming a layer on the surface. Dryers. These are the oxygen carrier catalyst. What is meaning of catalyst? Which are accelerated, increases speed of reaction. They are called as catalyst. This catalyst increases the drying of a oil through oxidation, polymerization and condensation. Polymerization and condensation we will learn in our next topic, that is the plastic formation. Dryers improve the drying quality of the oil film. The most effective dryers are resonates, linonates, tungstate of cobalt, manganese, lead and zinc. They are increasing the drying speed of a thinner and varnish. So due to the presence of dryers, drying time is reduces. There are two types of varnish. One is called as a oil varnish. Another one is called as a spirit varnish. Oil varnish consists of the oil, solvent, thinner. Spirit varnish consists of only solvent and thinner. Depending upon the application of varnish, we are going to choose the which varnish to be used as their components are different, their properties and applications are different. Oil varnish. Oil varnish is manufactured by dissolving resins such as amber, copal in a linseed oil and dissolving in a smaller quantity of turpentine, that is the vehicle. It will form hard, durable film, but it is as the presence of oil, it dried slowly. Spirit varnish. It obtained by dissolving resins such as shellac paints and varnish in a methylated spirit. This varnish dries quickly but easily affected by the weather conditions. It was mostly used for the wooden. Difference between varnish and a paint. Observe these two pictures. What is they showing you? The one picture, it is a wooden chair. Here we are applying the transparent varnish layer. So did you observe when we are applying the varnish layer, original structure is look more brighter and glossy. But we are able to see it is made up of wooden. We are not hiding the original material. But when we are applying the paint, see here two chairs are there having the same made up from the same material. On a one chair we are applied the varnish, on another chair we are applied the paint. When we are applying the paint, it is hiding original color of an chair. Original wooden finish is disappear when we are applying the paint because paint is having a pigment in that, and varnish pigments are absent, so original colors looks there, so they are showing you the glossy finish. So when we are want to hide the original surface, we are using the paint, or we want to see the natural beauty of a original substance, we are using the varnish. Difference between the varnish and the paint. Varnish is transparent as there is no pigment is added. Pigments are color causing substances that is absent in a varnish, so varnish become transparent. Instead of that, paints containing the pigments, so they are having a different color range and it is a opaque in nature, so they are hiding the surface, while the varnish is showing you the surface original natural beauty of a surface. Paint is hiding that beauty, or it is giving you the different shades and color, so appearance is changes. Varnish is not having any color or maybe slightly little color or due to the amber. It gives a gloss and a protection without containing pigments. So they are forming a film which is a glossy. It is looking a glass-like or the shining surface. While the paint is having a different range of color due to the pigment and binders, it is applied on any surfaces for beautification. After applied varnish, the film forming substances in a varnishes either hardens directly as soon as the solvent is fully evaporated, or harden after evaporation of the solvent through the certain curing process. When the paint is applied on a surface, it forms a semi-solid thin film on the surface and harden after the thinner get evaporated. It also gives the texture to surface, may be a glossy or may not be a glossy. Thank you for your attention. If you have any question, you can mail me. Thank you so much for the wonderful listening.